Okay, great. Hey, everyone, very glad to see you again. And my name is Charlie Tian. I'm the founder and the CEO of GuruFocus. I'm sure many of you have seen me before. And I've been hosting this monthly value investing members engagement meeting every month. And during the meeting, I want to share with you, mainly want to share with you what we're doing, the new features we have added lately, and what we plan to do over the next coming months. And if you have questions anytime, just type the questions in the comment area, the chat area of the YouTube channel, and I'll be able to see it and I will address those questions. The first thing today I want to share is the value line, GF value line we have developed lately. And I'm sure many of you have seen it, but I want to share with you more about it. And let me switch my screen to sharing screens now. So if you look at my screen, and whenever you want to find a stock, always do this, always use the search box here on the top left corner, top left-hand corner here, where my mouse is. And if you want to check a company, Apple, which is a most popular company, here, after you tap in the stock ticker, you will see the choices here. And now I select a summary, so I come to the summary page of Apple. And the GF value line is, I was talking about is this chart on the top right hand part of the summary page. And you can see it, we always actually give it a comment about the valuation of the stock unless there's not enough data. In Apple's case, we said it's significantly overvalued. And the reason is because this blue line is the stock price, and this black line is the intrinsic value we think where it should be. And in this case, Apple's stock price is far above the intrinsic value. We think that if you look at the intrinsic value, which is about here, is around 70 something, but stock price is now close to 115. So it's much higher than the intrinsic value, we think. And so we tell you that the stock is significantly overvalued. And if you look at Apple's case, back in September, the price was even higher. In that case, it was even more overvalued. And so we think it's still overvalued. Usually when it's above far above the intrinsic value, it will come back gradually back to the intrinsic value. I see some questions. It's updated. We have been updated quarterly, but we're thinking of update weekly. Actually, we'll change it to update the GF value weekly in next few weeks. And how it's calculated, we actually have some explanation here. We don't want to disclose the full explanation, but if you click on this link here, the pop-up link here, GF value definition, here we'll have the more detailed calculation explanation how it was estimated. And I recommend you to use that part of the chart, and you will be able to see it. Now I'm back to the GF value, and you can see that we have usually have several conclusions to the valuation. And the first one we said it's a value trap. I will give you some examples here. A value trap, for instance, for instance, Boeing. And Boeing, we think it's a possible value trap. So we tell you you need to think twice. It is really undervalued if it's far below the intrinsic value as we think, but the company does have some fundamental issues as measured by here. The financial strength is only 3 out of 10. The F score is only 1. F score is a very good measure of the trend of the fundamental operations. And when it's 1, it's really low. And when it's above 7, it's good. And when it's 1, that means lots of, in multiple aspects, the stocks are doing poorly. The company is doing poorly. And also the Altman Z score is in the distressed area. Once in distressed area, that means the company may have a higher chance of bankruptcy over the next 2 years. I'm not sure Boeing will go bankrupt, but at least things are doing very badly with Boeing. If after very careful study research, you found that Boeing is still a buy, although we point out it might be a value trap. If you think it's still a buy, go ahead, do it. We're not telling you don't buy the stock, but you really need to think twice before buying this stock. And of course, a very hot company, Tesla, and it's very, very overvalued as measured by the GF value line. You can see it's far above the valuation. And even if we think of the growth of Tesla, it's far above the valuation of Nike over the next few years. And Tesla has not been very profitable, and the financial strength is poor. Another company, Nike, I want to show you here. Nike, if you look at here, and actually, back in March, back in May, Nike was very undervalued. The price was far below the value line, but I think 2 weeks ago, when Nike reported a very good digital sales, the stock price jumped up. Now it's overvalued. But if you had bought it when it was low, and you can make some quick profit out there. That's Nike does have very good fundamentals. So okay, I'll show you a company which is fair value. Like actually, also everyone is familiar with it. Google. If you look at Google, it's fair valued. The stock price is just around the fair value, and we think that it's more fair valued, the Google stock. So this is a section we developed. We made some slight improvement over the last few weeks, and we may adjust slightly a little more. For instance, we'll update the data more quickly. Instead of quarterly, we'll update the valuation data weekly. And you can always put your mouse here to see the explanation. Of course, one question is that when you have this, is there a way to screen the stocks, which are fair valued or undervalued? Actually, yes, we have a link here. It says predictable high quality companies which are fair valued. Actually, just click on that, and it will bring you to the all-in-one screener page. And the filters are already set. The GF value, it says fair valued, and you have few choices here. So significantly undervalued, modestly undervalued, also possible value trap. If I want to select, for instance, significant undervalued here, you just make the choice, and you will see the companies. And now, of course, if you click on over, you will see. Okay, okay, there's some issue there probably, and I'll look into it. And fair valued, if you click on the stock, and you can see usually it's fair valued is Aaron. I think Aaron's. It was a very undervalued back in March, but now it's about fair valued, this company. That's a GF value we have been working on, and Okay, I see some question related to this. Dimitri, he's asking ability to display all filters that are part of high quality screener, for instance, pop-up category field. I'm not sure what you're asking, but if you the filters are displayed, actually all of them are displayed once you come to this filter, come to all-in-one screener. The filters are displayed already. If you are talking about high quality screener here, and if you click on high quality and come to the page, the filters are displayed also as well. I'm not sure if this is what you're asking. Okay, you want filters displayed in one place. I'm not sure we want to do it. But we do have, you can see the numbers. If you look at the numbers, next to each tab, there's a number. It tells you how many filters are under each tab. So in this way, you can adjust it. They are not together. So basically, you want all the active filters are displayed together, hiding all the filters that are not active. That's what you're asking. And we will think about it. Yeah, okay. We will think about it. Probably we can maybe add something like active instead at a play next to all, have that displayed. And so it would, but the disadvantage of that is when you want to add a filter, you still need to come to other places. You can change it quickly, but you cannot add filters easily. That's okay. Okay, someone is asking whether data provided by third party are correct or not. We have been working, our raw data are provided with Morningstar. The stock price data is provided by someone else. And we have been working with those vendors for many, many years. And occasionally there are errors in it, but I think overall the data quality have been very good. If there are errors found, we always go into it, dig into it to see why the error appeared, and we will fix that type of error. One time working with the data vendor, we don't just fix that error. Usually we find the reason why it happened and fix that. Okay. The next thing I want to share is about all-in-one screener. We have added some features to an all-in-one screener. I'm not sure if everyone noticed. Actually, the first thing I want to talk about is okay. If I come to the page, and I come to all-in-one screener, the raw all-in-one screener here, and if you notice next to each filter, we added a plus sign there. The plus sign is actually, if you put mouse on it, it says historical data screener. And it allows you to screen based on the historical data. For instance, if I want a company that had sales at least 20 billion, but not only 20 billion, but also has been growing at least for the last 5 years, from 2015 to current year, grew by 5% every year. And so I said it, now I should be able to get the stocks that companies that have this kind of meet this kind of criteria. So if I come down here, you can see these are the companies that have at least 20 billion in current sales. And then from 2015 to current year, the sales has been growing 5% every year. And of course, you can use this for profitability, the earning per share, the profit margin, and growth. You can do that for every parameter here. That's a very useful, and actually lots of users have requested this historical data screener here, and that's why we added it. for instance, a parameter I like very much is Petrosky F-score. If you're not familiar with Petrosky F-score, I suggest you to click on this, click on it, and to study what is Petrosky F-score. We also called it the financial trend score. We also called it that. If you read it, you'll see that historically the F-score is 7 or above. It's usually the company's situation is very healthy. Things are getting better. If it's below 3, means things are getting worse with the company. And actually, so for every one of these parameters, if you don't understand what it means, you can click on it to see how it's calculated. What does it do? We have the calculation. Altman Z-score, for instance. If you're not familiar with Altman Z-score, you click on the Altman Z-score here, and we have actually detailed explanation how the Altman Z-score has been calculated, and we also explain you what it means. What does the number mean to you? So in case of Altman Z-score, if it's less than 1.81, means it's in the distress zone. The company has a high chance of bankruptcy over the next 2 years. If it's greater than 2.99, it's safe zone. So that's how it was calculated. Okay, I see some questions here. Can the value of a stock on GF value section show estimate in 1 or 2 years? Can the value be exported? I think we can make the value available for export. We should be able to do it. Okay, how often we update analyst estimates, EPS, or year company? We update it almost daily. When there's new data, we will update it. We check the new data daily, and if there are new data, we will update it. How often do we up GF values? As I mentioned, we have been doing it quarterly, but we'll do it weekly. In what extent does future expected EPS impact your GF values? Yes, future estimates will impact the GF value. Actually, it will. If there's a big adjustment, there will be actually a big adjustment with GF value also. Source of estimate. All the raw data, including estimate data, was from Morningstar, and they collected from multiple analysts. The GF value, the prediction how in the future how it's made. It's mainly two factors. One is future estimates from the analysts. Second is the historical growth, historical performance. So based on those two factors. Okay, let me come back to the historical data screener. I encourage everyone to use it. For instance, for the F-score, I want F-score from 2017 to this year is always greater than 7. If I want this, for instance. And now we can do the screen. Sometimes when we have very strict requirement, the number of stock will be very small. In this case, we have no data found. Then I can modify it to change, for instance, to a smaller number. And yeah, we start to get companies. In this case, we got one company, just Home Depot. That means Home Depot meets the requirement of F-score requirement and the sales growth requirement. But I can disable the sales requirement, and in this case, we'll get more companies. Yeah, that's historical data. historical data and screener. And I got other questions. I will answer with those questions slightly later. Okay, another thing about the all-in-one screener is if you pay attention to it, you find some next to some filters, we have a sum up there. We have a sum up there for certain filters. And the reason we added it is because if you put mouse on, we actually have the explanation. We found that some filters have more correlation with the stock performance, and some are not that much. So if you click on the research article, we have detailed explanation there and how it's done. And if you look at the chart, you can see some filters have positive correlation with the stock return. If I make this chart bigger, and some filters, for instance, in this case, cash to debt, which measures financial strength, the forward P basically is the higher the forward P is, the stock did better over the past 12 months. The higher the P ratio was, the stock did better over the past 12 months. This is different from what we usually think. We usually think that if the P ratio is low, stock will do better because it's a low valuation, stock will do better. But actually not, at least not in the past 12 months. Over the past 12 months, the higher PE stocks did better than the low PE stocks. That's just what we found. And we put this into the all-in-one screener. If you look at carefully, there is some sum ups next to it, and yeah, sum ups in this case of operating margin, net margins. The higher the margin is, the stock will do better, and the growth actually we didn't find very much, and fundamental we found cash and debt. So these are the more effective filters. These are more effective filters if you want to use them in the screening. So we point this out, we let you know, and hope you can use it. We hope that this will help you to find stocks that have better performance in the future. Okay, that's another feature we have added. The third feature we added, it's called customized ranking. And because currently, if you look at this screens, if we look at if I come back to any screens, there's no ranking. You can sort. If I even come back to the screens, I have set up these high quality stocks, for instance. You can sort. You can sort by P ratio, for instance. P ratio from high to low in this case, and the P ratio from low to high in this case. But you can also sort by operating margin, high to low, low to high in this case. But you cannot do customized ranking. We have added a customized ranking here. If you put mouse on it, you can see there's a customized ranking. Customized ranking in the pop-up, the red color. If you click on that, yeah, it will allow you to rank with active parameters and any parameters actually. For instance, you want to rank with both financial strength and profitability. And yeah, now if we attract both of them in this way, the results is ranked with a combination of financial strength and profitability. And you can even put weightings there. You can put different weightings over there, and then the rank will update. And after you, okay, I can add more ratio things. I want ROE. I want also not just financial strength, I also want ROE. So when you change the ranking, and the results will sort differently. And actually, at the end, it tells you what's the overall rank. And now, if you sort by the overall rank, and it will show you which ones are the ranked highest. That's the overall rank from the results. So this is a customized ranking. And okay, if I come back to my customer ranking, and you can create new the rankings as I mentioned, the customer ranking. Afterwards, you can save it. So you can, of course, add more parameters. Then you can save it. You click on save. You save, you give it a name. You call it my ranking. And it's saved. It tells you it's saved. It's called my ranking. Next time, if you come to this screen, if you come to any screen, actually, if you come to any screen, I come to a different screen here. Now this time I come to the high growth screen. And now, yeah, it's ranked that way as well. And it's ranked under my ranking. If I select here, it's ranked that way already. Of course, now if I select a different ranking, it will sort differently. Yes, you can rearrange the order of ranking. You can sort in specific order. You can, if I select my ranking here, and it will sort that way. And after you rank, you can see there's always an overall rank, and you can edit it as well. You can edit it so that you can. Okay, I think it's here. No, sorry. You can edit it, and you can save it. Next time you can use it in one click. Okay. Yeah, we need to rank by. Okay, we need to work on this. It seems like this is a new feature we just replaced. Well, we just developed, and you can add more columns to it. You can rearrange the orders. You can put different weightings to the ranking, and in this way, you will be able to manipulate the results as any way as you want. Why this is important? Why? Because if you are familiar with Joe Greenblatt's magic formula, he was ranking with 2 parameters, not just one. He was ranking with return on invested capital and also earnings yield. So each parameter is ranked first, then he adds the overall rank together, then rank again. And then he invests in the top ranked stocks. And he found that his results have been outperforming for a long time. That's the magic formula. We're using 2 parameters. Here you will be able to use multiple parameters, and to also you can add weightings to it. Yeah, that's customized ranking. Please give it a try. It's a new feature we just released. There might be some bugs to it. Actually, I just tried. There might be something not that user friendly, but you should be able to do it, and we will make it more user friendly also. Okay, rank by is here. Yeah, it's rank by. It's here. If you want to edit it, it's rank by. And here you can see you can change the weightings of different parameters. You can add more columns to it. You can actually add even more columns to select from any column, even is not part of the screener. You can add it to the ranking and then add weightings to it. And then save it. That's the customer ranking. If you have any questions, let me know. I will answer you. Okay, someone is asking how much is GuruFocus membership. GuruFocus membership is $449 for the US premium. And of course, when you add more regions to it, there will be more added cost. And some features, for instance, here I'm talking about the customized ranking and the historical data screen. All these are Premium Plus features. And if the Premium Plus features is 1,298. So with the Premium Plus feature, you will have the full access to the website. So our cost is actually very low in the industry, for only $449 a year for most of the features. That's that's a ranking I want to talk about. Another feature I think it's underutilized. It's the Excel add-in feature. We have a tool called Excel add-in, and if you come here, it's under Screener Tools. It's Excel add-in here, and you will be able to download it to install it to your computer. And once you install it to your Excel, you will be able to use it just like an Excel function. With this function we call Guru F. We have actually lots of templates here also. Once you download these templates, you can make some changes to satisfy your own needs. It's actually very easy to use, and you can make customized templates and make your research process very simple. And we have some displays here. Just give you examples to how to get the revenue and P ratio of different companies. Actually can get all the parameters you need from this Excel add-in, GuruFocus Excel add-in function. And I encourage you to use that as well. Okay, someone, Krishna is asking, show me where do I find median PE of stock over the past 10 years? Okay, I think the best place is median PE. I don't think I think we have it here. Okay, P ratio. Yeah. Okay, P ratio. If you put mouse under the P ratio, it shows you the different current versus industry versus history. If you put mouse on the versus history, you can see that the current P ratio telling you for the Apple is 35.03 here, and the minimum was 9.92 or 9.32. The max was 37.97. The median was 15.57. This is a 10-year PE median PE over the past 10 years. That's one way of getting it. Another way is you can get it on interactive chart. Under the interactive chart, we have a feature called price at median PE. Price at median PE, and if you click on 10 years, yeah, it will show you the median PE with RNI is 15.5 in this case. This is the median PE line. If the stock is always traded at median PE, the price should be here in Apple's case. That's another way of finding it. Okay. Someone WK is asking, can I show YouTube video on Excel add-in? I think we have lots of video tutorials already. If you come to this channel, the YouTube channel, search it. We have Excel add-in features already installed. We have YouTube channel tutorials, I'm sure. And if you search in our channel, YouTube channel, we have tutorials. I encourage you to use it. I think it's maybe also, I think it's probably also here, linked here. Yeah, we have user manual here. User tutorial, okay. tutorials manual. If you come to our YouTube video, I'm sure you can find it. Find the Excel add-in channel. I can try to do it here if I have it installed on this computer. I'm using a different computer. If you can see my screen here, let me open the Excel first. Give me a little bit time. And yeah, I'm loading up my Excel, and I will show you how to use it in Excel add-in in real time. Yeah, maybe because I'm sharing a screen as well, so the computer is kind of slow. Maybe it's because it's loading multiple applications. But if you go to our go to our YouTube channel, I'm sure you can find Excel add-ins there. And wonder if you have any questions, you can type it. Okay, now let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. Okay, now I'm sharing my Excel screen. And you can see once you install the GuruFocus Excel add-in, we have a GuruFocus tab here, and you can log in. There's a login link here. Now it says log out because I have logged in. Once you log in, you will be able to come to your account. You do need to be a premium member to use it. And now if I, for instance, okay, seems like I didn't install it completely under this one. But okay, I will not spend time here, install it here. I'll do this next time. But in the meantime, I encourage you to come to our channel, check the tutorials in our Excel, in our YouTube channel, and you will be able to see it. Okay, that's what I have. Okay, another thing I want to discuss. Let me share the screen here. Another thing I want to discuss today is Buffy indicator. If you come to this market, it's under market. Buffy indicator, it tells us. It tells us where the market is, where market valuation is over. Okay, I wonder why this page is not being updated strangely. We are trying to make some changes to this page. Okay, it says, if you look at the chart here, this is the total market cap, and this the green line is the GDP, and this is a Buffy indicator, which is a ratio of total market cap over GDP. And we can see that if you look at the last historical data, and currently it's at 180 something, which is far above even the tech bubble, which was about 140. And currently the valuation is very high, is extremely high for the Buffy indicator. And from this point on, the expected return is very poor. So the market, basically what we can expect, very, very poor, very, very poor future returns from this point on. but we did we are considering to make some changes to this Buffett indicator, although it was pointed by Warren Buffett that the total market cap to GDP is the most effective indication of the data of the market, and but there's the situation's changed from now these days. As when Warren Buffett was talking about this in 1997, I believe. And these days, the Fed is manipulating the market so much by buying the assets. And both the Federal Reserve balance sheet is now $7 trillion. If you consider US GDP, which is at about 20 trillion. So the Fed as balance sheet is such a big number, is such a high percentage relative to the GDP now. It wasn't the case before. So we're thinking for the denominator, instead of just GDP, we will add the Fed balance sheet to it. So in that way, it will lower the ratio. And but it tells us, it may give us a relatively true picture of where the future market return is, because when the Fed buys lots of assets, the future market return, the market return will return higher, the market will be higher. That's what one thing we're considering. And we will have this available also on this page. Okay, someone's asking, how have we done research on the reliability of GF value? And actually, we have been observing this for many years. I personally believe that it's quite reliable, but we can do some more consistent research and observe it over the next few years. It does take a few years to conclude sometimes, but we have been actually internally using this for quite some years already. We just didn't release it. Now we will yeah, thank you, Graham. Graham posted the YouTube video there, the GuruFocus exciting video. And yeah, if you're interested, please go into this. And since we have planned to update it, can user have the ability to see the historical changes? We actually, when we make changes, we will not change the past value. If, for instance, if we come here, we will not, in this case of Google, we will not change the past value of the historical. If you want to see the historical, it's basically it's this line. We will not change it. We will just update the data more frequently. And the historical data is on this chart. We don't change the historical data. If that answers your question. Okay, and if you have more questions, please let me know now, and I will answer it. If not, okay, I will wait a few minutes. Yeah, if you have questions, please ask me. And I always encourage you to use this search box. Always use the search box on the top left-hand corner whenever you want to find something. Always use that. The search box is actually more powerful than it looks. For instance, you can search by Guru's name here. You can search Warren Buffett. You can even search a web page here. For instance, search Buffett indicator, and it will show you here where the Buffett indicator. Just click on it, you come to the web page, and you can see, for instance, even auto sales. I'm sure it auto sells. Yeah, it sells new vehicle sales data. I think it's called maybe it's called okay, light vehicle. Okay, it's not. But oil prices, for instance. Yeah, you can click on, you can search by oil price even. If you search oil price, it comes to the oil price page. And yes, this is recorded. And yeah, thank you, Graham. Well, white paper about GF value. And we will consider it. I cannot guarantee right now, but I will think about it to see what we can present, and we will discuss internally. Also, as I mentioned, that we have been using this GF value internally for quite some years, and we have very good confidence in it. Lots of confidence in it. That's why we released it. Although we have lots of other valuation methods, if you okay, if I come to, we have summary page. We have lots of valuation methods, as you can show here: earnings power value, net current assets value, tangible book, median PS value, gram number. We have lots of other valuation methods, but we have, I think this GF value is the one which fits most of the stocks, and it works very well. That's why we really like it. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, we welcome you anytime if you have questions. We have the chat support. If you're not familiar, whether you're a member or not, if you need help, we have this chat support. It says support on the top right-hand corner. If you click on this chat during business hours, someone will be there to answer your questions. If you don't want to do a chat, you can create a ticket. You can create a ticket also. Okay, and Dimitri is asking me about the colors of the other valuation methods. The color here is just to distinguish. It doesn't mean it's overvalued or undervalued. The color here just to distinguish different ones. Of course, if you like DCF, we have a DCF calculator here, which is well developed, and it's here, this top left box. It's a DCF calculator. It's easy to use. Can you change the discount rate by clicks? You can change the terminal stage and growth rate by different just clicks. Here it tells you the margin of safety and also tells you the reverse DCF value. In 30-year financial data, there is a percentage. Is it year over year? Yes, that is year over year. If you click on that, it is year over year change. That his WK is asking the percentage here. It says change Y over Y, means year over year. Can I add something to show if its valuation is acceptable or not? We won't leave that to your own judgment. We do know some valuation fits some certain kinds of stocks. In this valuation box, some valuation works really well in some situation, and some don't. This valuation box I'm talking about here, and some don't. Some work well in different situations. That's why we developed GF value. We think that it works in most of the situations. And we even have a conclusion here, whether it's how the valuation is. Okay, and that's about what I have. And thank you all very much for joining us. This is recapped. And as Graham just said, it's recapped. It will be posted on YouTube. And we have lots of channels. We have lots of videos on YouTube already. If you come to YouTube and search for GuruFocus channel, and you will see actually lots of videos. And we actually we linked it's under tutorials and webinars. Under tutorials, webinars, you can see lots of videos here. It's under tutorial webinars, the YouTube videos are linked here. And I encourage you to come to this page as well to check our tutorials. And any case, if you need help, always come to this chat support. Someone will be there during business hours, Central Time, business hours, and someone will be there to help you. And you can also create a support ticket. When you have questions, create a support ticket. We'll usually respond within the same business day, at least within 24 hours. That's what I have for today. And thank you all very much. I hope you enjoy our membership. If you are not a member, you're always welcome to do a 7-day free trial. And we'll never charge you if you don't want to pay. Thank you all. See you next time. By the way, actually next week we'll have Bill Nagran as for our value investing live guest. Bill Nagran is a very well-known value investor. I encourage you to join him. He's a very experienced, very well-known value investor from Harris Associates. He manages stock market funds, had a great track record. See you next time.